All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode, I believe, 47 of AEW All Elite again, the TEW 9 series. I'm your host, Hijo de Amigo. I don't know why I thought to call myself the host there, like it's a game show or something. But anyways, welcome back to the series. We took an unplanned week off last week, so let's talk about that. Life. Sometimes you have things you got to do. Sometimes you try to make a schedule, you try to make plans, and things just end up getting shuffled around and changed. And sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. So yeah, I was hoping I would be able to stream last Friday. It didn't work out. I thought I would be busy on Saturday, so I wasn't planning on streaming. But then my Saturday plans got moved to Sunday, so then I ended up not being able to stream Sunday, and I wasn't prepared to stream on Saturday. But anyways, that is neither here nor there, as they say. Let's get into this. Enough yammering. I hope everybody's doing well. It is, it's in the middle of June at the time you're recording this. It's super hot outside. But in the game, it's December 15th. We're rapidly approaching the end of the year and New Year's Smash. Yeah, so before we get to any of that, though, we've got a couple of notes. Christopher Daniels is willing to put over Dragon Lee. Okay. We need to create the International Championship. Let's see. We probably should do that. Yeah, it's not here. Let me just make sure. Make sure it's not secretly here. Oh, well, the All-Atlantic... I guess the All-Atlantic title became the International, right? Although it's not very prestigious. I feel like if we just make a new version of it and call it the International Championship, it'll be more prestigious than that one. Because, yeah, our women's tag titles are our most prestigious belts right now, which is kind of crazy. So I think that's what we're going to do rather than use the All-Atlantic title. Oh, wait, no. Hold on, everybody. I'm wrong. We are going to create the Atlantic Championship as an alliance title. Just to spice things up. No reason for us to do this, but we're doing it. Okay. All right. AEW International. I've got my fan on full blast right now behind me, and it feels really loud to me. But I saw that in OBS the microphone wasn't picking it up, so I hope you guys don't hear that. I really hope it doesn't like ruin the video. But yeah, if it seems like I'm yelling, it's because of this fan. Let's see, we got the All Atlantic title. Oh, my cat is he's trying to sneak attack me from under the bed. We got two versions of the All Atlantic. We have an American Championship. I think that was an MJF thing. International. Is this not the same as... Yeah, it's just like a more zoomed in version. All right, I think we're going to go with this one. Seems like the best photo. Our singles matches, any gender limit. We're going to be sexist, and it's going to be for men only. Level... it would make sense for us to treat it as a secondary title. Considering that it's an alliance title, I feel like floating is probably more appropriate. Because in my head, we're gonna be booking whoever is this champion kind of high on the card, but I don't know, if, let's say, for example, like New Japan decides to bring in the champion, I don't know what they're gonna do. They could have it in the opening match. So yeah, we'll do floating. Function normal brand, yeah. All right, I think everything looks good. There we go. All right, so the championship is created. I didn't think of this until literally just now, but is it possible that before we're gonna do a tournament for this championship, Is it possible that before we complete the tournament, New Japan slaps the title on somebody? I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing that can happen. It would be really funny and annoying if it does. We will see. Our international championship has been created. Let us move on reading the notes. All right, yeah, we need to test Mickie James and Trinity as a team because yeah, we wanted to do Davina and Trinity as a team, and you know they were probably gonna win the tag team championships, but unfortunately they have bad chemistry, which really sucks. It really ruined our plans. But we're gonna pivot to Mickie James. So my idea for this is that we're gonna do some kind of angle where Davina is taken out. She gets like a storyline injury, and then we're gonna have a three-way tag match scheduled, and Mickie James is gonna debut as Trinity's mystery partner. But before that happens, we're gonna have to do a dark match because yeah, if you know, I don't. We already had bad luck with Davina. I doubt we're gonna have bad luck again, but you know, you never know. Also, yeah, the last note, Motor City Machine Guns. I feel like for the past several episodes, I keep commenting on ROH cards and how they booked Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley as singles wrestlers. I kept, you know, being like, why aren't they booking them as a tag team? Well, it turns out I've already changed this, but they were set as an inactive unit. I don't know why that was the case. But yeah, I already changed it. I set them to be a unit, so hopefully the game knows to start didn't mean to change that. The game knows to start booking them as a team, and Alex Shelley will hopefully gain some of Chris Sabin's popularity. Also, we're past winter is coming, so let's just delete this. All right, that's gonna do it for the notes. As you can see here, we've planned out a bunch of stuff for the next 5 Dynamite / Collision shows. And yeah, a lot of it is the international tournaments. Some of it is setting up matches that are gonna happen at New Year's Smash. Yeah. So this is what we're gonna be doing today. Also, you see here, I've written CM Punk versus Jay Briscoe to be the main event on Dynamite, but I was kind of thinking about seeing if we could move that to Collision instead, and maybe just we're gonna have to figure out another main event for Dynamite. But I don't know. We'll see. All right, and it's Tuesday. Are we waiting on anyone? Oh, we're negotiating with Trish Stratus and oh yeah, we're trying to renegotiate with Jonathan Gresham because he's the ROH World Champion now, and yeah, he's got the weird contract thing going on where we can't borrow him. You know, yada yada yada. Oh, but yeah, how are we doing on Trish? All right, she's not seriously considering WWE's contract offer. That's good. I hope we sign her. Oh no, and Katarina Walters and the Waters, excuse me, and Tessa Blanchard have morale issues. All right, let's advance. So how about that wrestling, huh? How about them wrestling shows? No, I didn't. Let me see. What was the last show I watched? I guess I watched Dynamite this week. I'm trying to remember what was on it, but I'm struggling for some reason. I guess because now I'm in TEW mode. Oh, Shingo Takagi's contract is ending. We can't let that happen. And Will Hobbs. All right, I'm gonna come back to this. Hey, Trish Stratus. Hey, she's here. All right. We'll leave her as a heel for now, but yeah, maybe we'll change our minds. We'll see. Okay, and said she'll come in 22 days, so we've got time. All right, we definitely don't want to lose Shingo or Will Hobbs. More so Shingo. Can I see something here though? All right, so we're paying him 3,200 per month right now. But he is a lot more over now than he was when we signed them. I mean, yeah, whatever. We'll give him whatever he wants. 1770, 700, sure. I don't know why I'm being cheap. It's Shingo. Although he is 38, maybe we offer him 2 years. You know, he's getting up there. We'll give him a bigger merch cut. And the bonus. All right, yeah, we definitely want to keep Shingo around. Will Hobbs is much worse than Shingo, but I guess we'll keep him around, right? Presumably, he's getting better. Let's see. Oh no, his brawling has kind of stayed the same. His technical has gone up very slightly. He's actually not getting that much better. To be fair, I don't book him all that often, so maybe that has something to do with it. Do we keep Will Hobbs? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, all right, what is he doing? He teams with Ricky Starks, right? And he's managed by Don Callis, which means that maybe like occasionally he can help them out and like team with like CM Punk or with Swerve. But you know, we've got FTR now. I've kind of aligned them with CM Punk. So maybe they can just be Don Callis guys. And Ricky Starks can team with someone else. Man, do I want Hobbs? He's not over. He's not over. He's got like a little bit of charisma and potentially a little bit of mic skills, but we can't really rely on he's not reliable for that. All right, let's see. He was in the 6-man match with Starks and Punk. Got a 43. Got a 43, huh? 34. My goodness. All right, Bryan Danielson at 37. Oh my god. I think. Ooh. Dude, I don't know. There's part of me that kind of just wants to let him go. I don't know. I guess. Yeah. I guess is what we're doing. He's not. You know. Like, you know, if Ricky Starks really needs a partner, we've got Calvin Tankman. He's more over than Will Hobbs. He's not. Actually. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, he's getting 59s, though. $57. All right, it seems like he straight up is just better. But yeah, who's another big guy? I guess Shane Taylor, but he doesn't really fit Ricky Starks' vibe. I guess neither does Calvin Tankman for that. Look, we don't need to think about this right now. I'm getting distracted. Let's advance. It's time. Oh, Caitlin's going on hiatus. That means it's time for Dynamite. All right, I made it out of the weird thinking about Will Hobbs and Ricky Starks vortex. I've got no clue where we were last week. Let's see. All right, it is December 16th. We just ran Collision in the Mid-Atlantic. Do we just stay in the Mid-Atlantic for Dynamite too? I think we could do that, you know? Give them 2 shows. Oh, we were in West Virginia. Okay. We could go to North Kakalaka, as JBL used to say. I think we're gonna need some angle ideas. We're gonna need some good angle ideas. I should have specified when I said that. We need good angle ideas. All right, a big gamble. All right, no. All right, maybe we get away from that for a second. Give me a gimmick idea. Oh, a near certainty. All right, we're gonna probably give that to Mickey James, and we've got 50 more points. Can we get a near certainty finish? A likely. All right. You know, I was thinking about this a little while ago. I probably have a bunch of likely finishes saved up. We should start using them on Dark, you know, just every episode of Dark, it's a roll of the dice whether or not the main event's good, depending on if the finish hits. I think that could be fun. All right, training. Minoru Suzuki has a creative finish. Oh, I'm sure it's good. Hana Kimura creative finish. I'm sure it's good. Ortiz with a creative finish. How many times can I do this joke? Excalibur created a silly game backstage. All right. Katarina Waters and Moose are seeing each other. Moose, you're gonna you might have to start seeing her outside of work soon. Oh, well, how's Taz's protege? All right. That does matter. We don't want to upset Taz. He's he's one of our commentators. That does matter. All right, it's time for Dynamite. All right, let's hold off from booking this first. Let's try to book everything else. We've got basically some random stuff on the show. Eddie Kingston and Kent Miyahara versus Deathriders. Let's book that. All right, the story for this match is on the last. Let me see. All right, so last week on Dynamite, the Deathriders, Mox and Pac beat Eddie Kingston and Wagner Tracedo, but there was a distraction or interference from Latin Mafia. So yeah, following that on Collision, we had a promo where Eddie Kingston basically got in Jon Moxley's face, and he was like, "Nah, we would have had you guys last Wednesday on Dynamite, but the Latin Mafia guy or Ortiz got involved. You know, he distracted us. Well, you know that wasn't a fair win, Mox, and you know." As I wrote here, he's sowing the seeds of dissent between Mox and Andrade. He's kind of playing against his Mox's ego, where he's like, okay, yeah, you beat me, but you know, you needed a little help. And Mox, he's not the kind of guy that likes that, you know? So yeah, moving on from that, that brings us here where we're gonna have another tag match. This time Eddie Kingston is teaming with the GOATs, Kenzo Miyahara. And instead of Mox and Pac, he's gonna take on Fergal and Shingo. Eddie Kingston and Kenzo Miyahara. All right. Shoot. All right. Hold on. I got this. All right. We got Rey Fenix, Wagner Tracedo, and Bandito all in this 6-man. Who else is friends with Eddie Kingston? All right. What if we do this? And what if we turn this into a singles match? Eddie Kingston, one-on-one with Fergal? I doubt Fergal's gonna want to put him over. Let's see. What if we do a flash pinfall? $15? Yo! All right, I'm gonna have to remember to book Fergal Devitt to win some matches after this, because he's doing us a solid here. He is doing us a real solid here. I really thought he wasn't gonna put over Eddie Kingston, and I was ready to swap him out for Shingo, but Fergal decided he's a boy, and he's gonna do the right thing. Thank you, Fergal. Or should I say Prince? Or excuse me, King Devitt. That's his gimmick, right? He's the king now. He's not the prince anymore. Damn. All right, I was gonna say let's put John Moxley on commentary, but I just remember we asked him if he wanted to do commentary, and he said he has no interest. So I guess he could just be ringside. All right, this means we need to figure out something for Kento Miyahara to do. Probably just more hype for the international tournament. All right, yeah, we're gonna do a backstage promo. All right. Eddie Kingston is backstage with Renee Paquette, and he's cutting a promo saying, everybody saw last week that the Deathriders, yeah, they got the win in the match. Yeah, they beat us, but they needed help from Latin Mafia. So I threw down the challenge. I said, I'll take on any one of them tonight. Meet me in the ring, one-on-one. No interferences, no help. And Andrade, if I see you... Yeah, just throw him in there too, because technically they're still feuding. See, we've got a bunch of likely to succeed angle ideas. Wonderful. Oh, we've got a safe bet for Eddie Kingston. Ah, damn. Do we just use that now? Oh, we've got a near certainty for Walter. I need to remember that. We can save this up until March. Let's use it. Fuck it. Let's just use it. I didn't even know it was there. I'm gonna forget. Eddie Kingston. Promo explaining this match happening later in the show. Beautiful. Did I write anything about the international tournament? No, I didn't write anything about it, but yeah, we're gonna do a promo. It was announced. Was it announced on Dynamite or Collision? I don't know. We announced it, and we hyped that Kento Miyahara and Gunther, or excuse me, wow, why did I call him Gunther? Walter and Kento Miyahara are the first two people in the tournament. So we're just gonna do another promo, and we're just gonna straight up tease that he's wrestling Minoru Suzuki in the first round, and that the tournament is starting on Collision. All right, yeah, Kento versus Suzuki. Boom. All right, and as always, we're gonna have Renee Paquette be Tony Khan's surrogate because he can't talk. But yeah, in our heads, we can pretend that it was him talking. Kento Miyahara. Let's see. Can Kento Miyahara, like, would it be better if we had him just as a background player, or should we have him work the crowd? He does have charisma. All right, you know what we're gonna do actually? Kento working the crowd, Minoru Suzuki working the crowd. We're gonna have these the other Suzuki-gun members as background players. We don't need to do all of them. Yeah, James Storm and Bobby Roode aren't doing anything right now, but they're gonna continue to do nothing. All right, but yeah, basically this is just a promo where Tony Khan is like, you know, I previously announced that the AEW International Championship Tournament was gonna be coming, and it's coming on Collision. It's gonna start on Monday. The International Championship, Kento Miyahara, Minoru Suzuki is the tournament. That's all right. I'm getting too silly with this. Tony Khan's announcing it. We're gonna have like a big face-to-face tension moment with Kento and Minoru Suzuki, where maybe maybe like Suzuki says something like ominous in Japanese to Kento Miyahara, and Kento Miyahara responds to him. And we don't know what they said, but it looks cool. It's tense. All right, yeah. So there you go. Kento Miyahara's on the show. Also, maybe if there's time, since we're having Suzuki be in the tournament, maybe if there's time, we'll give him like a squash match. Swerve versus Darby. All right, this is going to be a kind of important match. So the story we've been telling with Swerve so far is that he wants a shot at Bryan Danielson's AEW Prime Championship, but I'll give him 13. He wants a shot at the title, but Bryan Danielson has multiple times now flat out refused his request. He keeps telling him, you know, sure, you're winning these matches, but you know, you've got Don Callis helping you, you're cheating, you're doing all this stuff behind the referee's back, so I don't really think you deserve a title shot. I don't think you do. And Swerve Strickland is getting angrier by the week. And now here he's going to take on Darby Allin, who Darby Allin is the kind of guy, well, he will not go away quietly. And that is why he's going to win this match by disqualification. Or here, can we do like a... What if we do an intentional DQ? Because my idea for this is that basically Swerve is hitting Darby Allin with everything he's got. He's hitting him with all the moves in his arsenal, and Darby Allin just keeps kicking out. He keeps kicking out. He doesn't want to stay down. And then he starts to mount a comeback. You know, he starts to land moves of his own, and he's got Swerve reeling. And then finally, after it seems that like Darby Allin's going to win the match, Swerve Strickland's just going to straight up kick him in the nuts right in front of the referee. Just gonna straight up low him and get himself disqualified, and then start beating him up. Let's see. Will Swerve be cool with this? I mean, Swerve's pretty popular, but I feel like Darby Allin is also pretty popular. He's not as popular. I don't know. Let's see. Damn, is this gonna hurt Swerve's popularity? What if we do this instead? All right, we're gonna have the aforementioned Will Hobbs show up and attack Darby Allin. So yeah, basically same finish, but instead of Swerve low blowing Darby in front of the referee, it's gonna be that as Darby Allin starts to mount his comeback and it seems like he's gonna win the match, Don Callis at ringside just kind of call, like you see him waving towards the back, like just yelling for help, and Will Hobbs just gonna run down there, get right in the ring, and just attack Darby Allin. So maybe in this way we protect Swerve a little, instead of him resorting to getting himself disqualified. It's Don Callis's decision. Also, these two can probably steal the show. Although then again, we've got a crazy 6-man that can also steal the show. We'll come back. All right, after the match, we've got Swerve, we've got Will Hobbs, and Ricky Starks is there too. All right, they're putting the boots to Darby Allin. And Don Callis, he's working the crowd because he's the one like kind of barking out commands, like, yeah, like beat him, teach him a lesson. We're actually gonna do a surprise because we're gonna have Bryan Danielson make the save. Should it be Bryan by himself? I was kind of trying to align Bryan Danielson with Kenta and Chris Hero, but they're just not that good. So I kind of feel like Bryan Danielson's just better off by himself here. All right, yeah, so Bryan Danielson is gonna come down to the ring to run them off. They all scurry from the ring like the cowards they are. And Bryan Danielson's gonna get on the mic and he's gonna basically see, like, you see, Swerve, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You couldn't get the job done. You couldn't beat Darby Allin. You needed the Don Callis family, which I guess we can call them that, whatever. You needed them to come in and save your ass because you can't hack it in this ring. You talk a big talk, but you can't walk the walk. You are not him, Swerve. I'll have Darby like working the crowd out. And I guess Swerve Strickland will also get on the mic. And where are we going after this? Hold on. Because this is happening on this show. Yeah, and then I was thinking next week we can do a tag match. All right, yeah, how about that? Bryan Danielson comes out. He verbally berates Swerve Strickland, and then he says, you guys are real tough when the numbers are in your favor. How about next week, me, Bryan Danielson, teams with Darby Allin, and we'll take on 2 of you guys. All right, yeah, that's all I got. Let's book the women's match next. This one's kind of random, but well, basically, I realized if I can't book Davina Rose and Trinity just as a team, I have to find ways around that. So basically, 6 women or 8 women tags. So yeah, that's why we're doing this. All right, we got Davina Rose, Trinity, Hannah Kimura, and Martina. They are taking on AJ Mendez, Nikki Storm, Kagetsu, and Rina Yamashita. Although, actually, what are we doing here? Hold on. I'm trying to remember what the idea behind this match was. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think what I'm gonna do is oh, hey, we're gonna actually do Konami. I think what I wanted to do was we're gonna use this match to kind of well, keep telling the story that there's a little bit of tension between AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm and Odeyo Tai. We're gonna do a botched interference finish. So Nikki Storm is going to accidentally be taken out by Rina Yamashita, and that is going to give Trinity the win. I was gonna say Davina, but you know what? Trinity definitely needs the wins. I'll just be an open match. God, and you know what? I'm tempted to. Yeah, we're gonna make this our storytelling match. Why not? Oh yeah, we'll have Trinity pin Nikki Storm. Will you allow it, game? Will you allow me to do this? Hey, all right, thank you, Nikki Storm. Oh, here, can we keep coming back to it? Let's put let's get Mia Yim, Rina Yamashita, and Hazuki at ringside. Also, let's remember Max the Impaler for once. Put them at ringside. You know, I still don't have a name for like this team of AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm and Max the Impaler. I just never came up with one. I assumed at some point I would, but no. Yeah, there. Max the Impaler is there too to support AJ and Storm. All right, yeah. I guess after the match, you can imagine that there's some tension between the two heel teams, but we're not gonna book that as an angle because it would do terrible. So yeah, we're just gonna move on. All right, yeah. Let's do our 6-man tag. I was making a lucha libre for no reason. All right, we got on one team we got Ray Phoenix, Wagner Tracedo, and we've got Bandito, and they are taking on the team of Ortiz, Black Taurus, and was it Flamita I was gonna do? Yeah, Flamita. Oh, Demonic Flamita. Excuse me. All right, and of course we're gonna have this be a skilled show match. And yeah, we definitely want Ray Phoenix to get the win here. Because yeah, we're basically trying to build up Ray Phoenix to have a one-on-one match with Andrade. So yeah, we're just gonna have him get the win here. Open match. We're not even gonna do any of the other Latin Mafia members at ringside. I think we're just gonna leave it like this. I guess if anything, we'll just do Selena. So yeah, just a straight up 3v3 Lucha Libre match like you always see on Dynamite. All right, I think I've had Ray Phoenix. Yeah, I already had Ray Phoenix on Collision call out Andrade for a one-on-one match, so we might give him another promo on this show too. Yeah, why not? When are we doing that? Oh yeah, 'cause we're gonna do it next week on Dynamite. Okay, cool. All right, you know what? Actually, scratch that. Instead of giving Phoenix another promo, we're gonna give Latin Mafia a promo. Okay, we're gonna do the interviewer being interviewed. Let's see how this goes. Right, and basically Andrade is gonna cut a promo accepting the match against, or he's gonna talk about how much he hates Ray Phoenix first, of course, how annoyed he is by him, and how he's like, you know what, you want to call me, you want to call the leader of the Latin Mafia out to a one-on-one match, and he's gonna tell him like that he's gonna show him how stupid of an idea that is, and how he's gonna make an example out of him, and how he's gonna end up just like his brother and just like Dragon Lee. So, you know, be careful what you wish for, Phoenix. Can we use an angle idea on this? No. All right. All right. Let's see. I don't know if we have anything else to book other than CM Punk versus Jay Briscoe. But we've got a lot of time to fill. So yeah, let's give Minoru Suzuki that squash. You know what? Actually, he'll squash a cheeseburger. That's always fun. So this will probably come before the TK segment. Let's take a look at what we did last week. We opened the show with them fighting the Elite. I don't remember what that was about. All right, but you know what? That's enough for me. We're going to have them open the show again, except this time they're going to be interrupted by the Briscoes. All right, yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. All right, in-ring, character development. Got CM Punk. We've got Dax. We've got Cash. And yeah, Don doesn't have to be there. All right, so they're talking about how the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are a bunch of punks, and when will they learn? When will they learn? They think they can run their mouths. They think that their little EVP, their little fake titles give them any power over us, and that we have to respect them. Well, guess what? I don't respect any of you three. You are the lowest of the low, and I won't stop until we've pushed you out of AEW entirely. And yeah, he's gonna go on like this, and he's gonna get cut off by the Briscoes. Jay Briscoe, Mark Briscoe. And yeah, I mean, I imagine Jay Briscoe would get on the mic and it would be a promo where he talks about how, CM Punk and the Briscoe brothers, we go way, way, way back. We were on the very first Ring of Honor shows together. Me and my brother Mark, we were teenagers back then. We had to lie about Mark's age to even get him booked. I don't know if that's true or not. I think I heard something like that. Maybe not. Maybe it's not true, but he'll say it. And yeah, he's going to talk about how, even way back then, everybody knew you were talented, Punk. We knew you were special, but we also knew that you were 100% a certified asshole. You were always walking around the locker room with this pouty look on your face, complaining about this and complaining about that and whining about people and getting into arguments and just generally acting like a bitch. And him and CM Punk are going to get into it, and he's going to be like, CM Punk, after all these years, you haven't changed one bit. And I bet if me and you got in the ring, I'd kick your ass. And yeah, CM Punk's going to be like, you say you kick my ass? You say you kick my ass? Well, tonight, he's going to get really fired up. He's going to lose his cool, and he's going to accept the match. All right, there you go. They say he's been a bitch since 2003 and he gets mad. That's the promo. All right, and I think we're going to open the show with this, and the main event is going to be CM Punk versus Jay Briscoe. I don't know if I want to. I feel like this could be a wild brawl, but I don't know if that'll bring the match down, or if it will be better to just do it as a normal match. And maybe Eddie Kingston versus Fergal could be a wild brawl. I don't know. Maybe, you know what? We'll see. I keep saying that. And of course, we all love Jay Briscoe, but CM Punk's got to go over here, unfortunately. We're gonna do a tainted win. We're gonna do a manager interference finish. So maybe we say like Mark Briscoe is at ringside with Jay. Don Callis is at ringside with Punk. And then at some point in the match when the referee is going to get taken out and FTR is going to come out and they're going to take out Mark Briscoe, and then CM Punk is going to cheat, and that's how he wins. Do we have a finish? We have a likely for CM Punk. All right, we got nothing, guys. Do your best. Hey, if anybody knows how to agent a brawl, it's probably Awesome Kong, right? Yeah, screw it. We're gonna make this our wild brawl. Whatever. You know, he's still CM Punk. How bad can it be? All right, and post main event shenanigans. I mean, we already did a post match beatdown on this show, but we're gonna do another one, I guess. I'm not, you know, I don't have the most ideas here. No, I'm joking. So yeah, I already said that FTR took out Mark Briscoe. You know, maybe they like I don't know, they like double powerbombed him through the announcer's table or something. So yeah, we're gonna have them get in the ring now, and they're gonna go after Jay. All right, we're gonna have Mark Briscoe just be a background player. He's outside of the ring. All right, Don Callis is here. And of course, you know, this should be obvious. We're gonna have Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks run out there to save Jay Briscoe. All right, and they're gonna grab the mic, and basically they're gonna say, like, you know, you want to run your mouth and say that us being EVPs doesn't mean anything and that we don't have any power. Well, guess what? You're wrong, Punk. We started this company and we do have a say in what goes on. So we spoke directly to Tony Khan and we collaborated with our good friend Maria and we got the match signed. And all you need to do is accept for I keep saying what is the name of the show we're doing? Oh, for New Year's Smash, CM Punk and FTR versus Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the Elite. Yeah, and CM Punk's he's gonna accept immediately too. He's gonna be like, you know, you're on. I feel like part of his character is that even though he's a heel, we're not really booking him as like a chicken shit heel. He will accept matches against people and stuff. He's just gonna, you know, have FTR and Don Callis help him out. We'll just be in the background. I think I saw there like a Matt Jackson or Nick Jackson angle idea. Yeah, safe bet. We're using this. Because it's kind of risky to end the show with Kenny Omega talking. Let's try to reorganize some of this stuff. All right, so this is looking good. There's no women's promo, but I think that's fine. We can do a Cody promo and a Walter promo. All right, let's do it. What have we been doing with Cody? I know we're building up to Cody versus Sting. Yeah, we had him kind of bury Sting on Collision. And he cut a promo against Sting on Dynamite. Okay. So he just keeps cutting promos talking about Sting. Alright, so we're going to do a segment with Denise Salcedo backstage with Cody. And of course, all his boys are going to be there. And basically, she's going to say, like, Cody Rhodes, you're the AEW World Champion. But, these past few weeks, you've been talking about Sting a lot, Are you maybe a little worried about Sting coming after you? And Cody Rhodes is going to lose it. He's going to be like, what kind of question is that? You think I, the AEW World Champion, am worried of some old man running around in face paint, He's turning out the lights and he's hanging out in the rafters like some bum. There's no way I'm worried about that guy. Here, we'll have Adam Page in this too, just for no reason. You know what? Actually, we'll take him out. He has his own feud. Yeah, basically, he's just gonna cut a promo like, I'm not worried about Sting. And MJF will be there, like, like, even I could kick Sting's ass. Anyone could. He's an old man. And maybe the angle ends with like the lights in the back flicker for a second, and they come on, and you see like Cody and MJF and all of them like looking around, like, oh, where is he? Where is he? Like they're all looking around for Sting, and then some building worker passes by, and he's like, oh, sorry about that, guys. So just kind of to show that they are worried about Sting. Oh yeah, the world champion gets 4 minutes backstage. It's funny. We're gonna swap this with Eddie Kingston, I think. I'll give Walter a promo. We should probably do something with the Adam Page, Jimmy Jacobs feud that I keep forgetting I even started. On Collision, he beat Zack Sabre Jr. and then Jimmy Jacobs had a promo basically telling Hangman, like, that match would have gone a lot easier if you didn't have to worry about Suzuki-gun, if you had us, watching your back, and Adam Page is kind of just like, shut the hell up, Jimmy. I said I don't want to be a part of your stupid group. All right, you know what? We're just gonna do a 3-minute backstage angle. Adam Page once again being confronted by Jimmy Jacobs, and you guys can fill in the blanks. I don't know. All I know is that we're booking these two to have a death match at New Year's Smash. Maybe on one of these upcoming shows, we'll give Jimmy Jacobs a few wins here and there. But yeah, we're really stretching this out. Punishment Martinez is also in this group, and who's Brody King. It's pretty high on the show for this, but you know, Adam Page is a major star, so I think that makes sense. Oh, we want to give Walter a promo because we already announced that he's in the tournament. He's not gonna wrestle on Collision. He's gonna wrestle on Dynamite. Oh yeah, I kind of updated the tournament bracket. I off screen. We decided to add Tomohiro Ishii to the tournament. Oh, and Shingo. Because originally Chris Hero was going to be in there and he was going to wrestle Walter, but then I was kind of like, you know, is there anybody better that can wrestle Walter? So that's where Tomohiro Ishii comes in. And we needed a heel for Davey Boy Smith to beat, and I couldn't think of anyone better than Shingo. So yeah, there you go. All right, 3-minute backstage Walter promo. So just like he was the first person to win the AEW Prime Championship, he's just gonna cut a promo saying like, you know, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna win this championship too. There you go. Oh, Axel. Yeah, I couldn't remember that guy's name for a second. And is there a storyline going for this? No. All right, we're gonna start a storyline for this championship, and we're gonna put Walter and Kento in it. He's already. Oh, is he in the prime turn? Oh, I already did this. Duh. Okay. All right. In that case, we'll just do Kento Miyahara off screen. All right, and we still have a bit of time left, so I want to do a. We should do a John Moxley promo. Here, we'll have Walter's promo come after the TK announcement. So we're hyping up Kento versus Suzuki, and we're hyping up that Walter is also in the tournament. Oh, well, actually, damn, I was gonna put the John Moxley promo before this match. Damn, all right, we'll move this somewhere else. All right, here, we're gonna switch these matches. Wrong thing, of course. Oh, geez. What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, so Minoru Suzuki's match is now going to be in the middle of the show. Tony Khan's segment, Swerve, Bryan Danielson, Walter promo. Okay, no, we're going to do Walter promo here after the TK promo, and then, yeah, Jon Moxley promo before the Eddie Kingston match. Okay. All right, so before we do the Eddie Kingston Prince Prince Devitt, whatever you want to call him, Virgil Devitt match, we're gonna do a promo where Jon Moxley responds to Eddie Kingston, and basically he's gonna say like, so Eddie Kingston, you think it wasn't enough that we kicked your ass last week, you're back for more. All right, well, how about this time you take on my boy Prince Devitt, or should I say King Devitt, as we're calling him now, and I keep forgetting. You say that we needed the Latin Mafia's help. I'm gonna make this very clear for everyone. The Deathriders don't need anyone's help. Yeah, teasing dissension between the groups there too. All right, so we've got all our match types. AJ Styles will be coming back very soon. He's going to be in this tournament. We'll finally be able to book him again. Maria Kanellis. I don't know. We should do more with her. Let's put her in a. Let's just have Maria Kanellis be here for this announcement. Let's pretend that she helps Tony Khan with stuff. And yeah, Sting, we'll definitely try to give him a promo on Collision or something. All right, and do we want to do a pre-show match? Let's book Motor City Machine Gun, since ROH hasn't been doing that. Let's have him take on Toxin and Latigo. All right, give him 8 minutes on the pre-show. We're going to give the win to Alex Shelley. All right, that's enough of that. So this is our episode of Dynamite. CM Punk and Jay Briscoe in the main event. I'm confident. I mean, I'm confident in both these guys. But I don't know how confident, I'll say. I don't know how confident I am in Jay Briscoe in a singles match. But, CM Punk is extremely over, so it should be good. Eddie Kingston versus Fergal, I'm hoping is good. Swerve versus Darby is definitely going to be good. And yeah, I hope all these promos hit. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, I don't even remember what we got last week. Let's see. All right, last time I got an 88. I don't know if we're going to top that, but let's shoot for like an 84. No, nothing too crazy. All right, on the pre-show, we've got the Motor City Machine Guns taking on Malafama and getting a 69. Wow, Latigo hanging in there with Shelly and Sabin. Good for him. All right, we're opening the show with a 8-minute segment. We've got CM Punk and FTR talking shit. The Briscoe brothers come out, interrupt them, talk some shit back. AEW. We got the show off to a strong start. That's good. All right, we've got 3v3 lucha action here. The Technico team, Rey Fenix, Wagner Trasero, and Bandito take on the Rudo team of Latin Mafia, Ortiz, Black Taurus, and Demonic Flamita. And they stole the show and got an 80 when Rey Fenix pinned Black Taurus. And Rey Fenix had an off night apparently, but he still got an 85. Yeah, he's just that good. Demonic Flamita did not have an off night and only got a 61. That's why I don't book him all that often. Ooh, and this Andrade promo did not go well. I thought it would do better. The 59. All right. All right, backstage segment of Cody saying he's not scared of Sting and then getting scared because the lights went out. Gets an 84. All right, not, considering that it's Cody, this is kind of like this is like him phoning it in almost, but he's so good that it's still a very good score. Yeah, he was like, "What, you guys want me to act scared?" Ooh. The women's 8-man gets a 77. Wow. Great work, ladies. All right, yeah, we had Trinity pin Nikki Storm following botched interference by Rina Yamashita. So, yeah, Odeyo tie kind of costing their team the win and upsetting AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm in the process. Right. Ooh, and the storyline gained heat. All right. All right, the Eddie Kingston promo, only getting a 75, even with the angle idea. That's good, but I was hoping for a little better. But, that's okay. That's okay. All right, thank you, Eddie Kingston. The seeds of dissent are being sown. All right, Kazaninare, Minoru Suzuki is here, and he beats Cheeseburger in 6:21. Reverse DDT backbreaker. His very famous finisher. Everybody knows that's Minoru Suzuki's finisher. All right, big win. Oh, and backstage, the Kento Miyahara Minoru Suzuki face-off did not go as well as the Kento Miyahara Walter face-off. That's unfortunate, but yeah, we're doing this match next week. Or no, we're doing it on Collision actually, so in 5 days. 5 days. All right, and then we cut to a Walter promo, gets a 75. Thank you, Walter. Similar to Eddie Kingston, even with the angle idea, only a 75. Maybe, I wonder if the promo only being 3 minutes has anything to do with that. All right, Swerve Strickland and Darby Allin. Darby Allin gets a bit of a surprise DQ win here in a match where he does he was competitive with Swerve Strickland up until the point where Will Hobbs ran in and attacked him. Yeah, this is a very good match, man. Yeah, Swerve got an 87. Jesus. All right, we've got Bryan Danielson rescuing Darby Allin from a beatdown. It gets a 67. Okay. Moving on. John Moxley promo only getting a 75. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. Well, yeah, what is going on this show? Why are the promos was limited for being short? Should we have given him 4 minutes maybe? I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. We did book a lot of 3-minute promos on this show. All right, but come on. Good match. Good match. Hey, an 82. All right, Eddie King. All right, Fergal Devitt carried Eddie Kingston to an 82 match. Eddie Kingston wins with a quick cradle. So we can imagine this kind of match where Fergal has the upper hand for most of the match. He's landing his offense. Eddie Kingston's hanging in there, and then finally Eddie Kingston just manages to steal the win with a small package. And at ringside, Jon Moxley is mad. He's not gonna run in the ring, but he's like visibly disappointed. Maybe he like turns away from the ring in disgust. Yet another 75 promo. Adam Page and Jimmy Jacobs advance the plot. All right, it's main event time. CM Punk and Jay Briscoe. Please do not let me down, guys. Let's do it. I believe in you. ROH. 81. Oh shit. Jay Briscoe sustained the cracked tailbone. That's so unfortunate. And CM Punk hit his finisher anyways. What a dick. Oh, Jay Briscoe's like, oh, my tailbone, and Punk's like, all right, get your ass up to the top rope. All right, only an 81 main event. A little disappointing. I assume it would have been better without the injury. That's just bad luck there. Oh, there's backstage heat on CM Punk. So it begins. And the closing segment only a 69. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This show's about to get like a 75. This was not our best work. An 86? No fucking way. I mean, we got the angle bonus, the wide range of angles, so that definitely helped. How did this get an 86? I don't believe it, but I accept. I accept. Thank you for your generosity, game. Oh, Jay's hurt for 30 days. Damn. All right. I made a bunch of money. Oh, we gained popularity everywhere but the US. Or in Kanto and Tasmania. All right, yeah, so that was a successful show, I'll say. Yeah, a lot of the things did not hit as good as I wanted them to. For whatever reason, it seemed like a lot of our I'm gonna have to try on this Collision, instead of doing 3-minute promos, doing 4-minute promos. Because yeah, getting a bunch of 75 promos was kind of a letdown. And then yeah, of course, Jay Briscoe getting hurt in the main event didn't help anything. Oh, he's got a big catchphrase though. All right, that's good. Hopefully his next promos will be better. Oh, Kathy Kelly got an argument with Bobby Fish. Man, I would love to see that. We got 9.5 million viewers. Awesome Kong giving props to Swerve. Yes, of course. Katarina, Walter, and Moot. Katarina, I keep calling her Walters. Katarina Waters and Moose have begun dating. I'm happy for them. I am not happy about Jay Briscoe being injured. And Maria Kanellis says, let's give Martina some time. All right, the Advocate strikes again. Let's see, did we beat NXT? Oh, yeah, we cleared them. Even if we didn't have the angle bonus, we still would have beat them, I think. Although, kind of a scam. They got an 87 main events. Yeah, they had some good stuff on this show, actually. I think this score should be higher. All right, but we're not going to complain about that. All right, let's advance. I took a couple of swigs of water there. I could have said sips, but no, I had to go for swigs. I had to make up a different word. Oh, the AAA booking getting slammed. Oh, only a 62. Yeah, step it up. Definitely step it up. Oh man, yeah. So earlier, I was saying I couldn't remember anything from Dynamite, but yeah, that Mercedes Moné coming back, which I believe that was on Dynamite, right? But yeah, that definitely caught me off guard. I think I saw some like posts online saying that she would be coming back soon, but you know, you see posts like that, like rumors about wrestlers all the time. I usually just like kind of don't believe them unless it seems like realistic. But yeah, I for whatever reason didn't actually expect her to be the wild card. So yeah, definitely happy to see her back. I didn't see the match between Hazuki and Persephone. I need to go back and watch that whenever I can because I was really looking forward to that. I also I didn't watch Collision, so I also missed Konosuke Takashita versus Daniel Garcia. You know, just to give you guys an update on my my wrestling watching, my wrestling viewership. Oh, hey, you know, here's another thing I should talk about. I should probably bring this up in the CMLL save, but I guess I'll bring it up here, and if I remember, I'll say it again. On the CMLL save, I have said multiple times now about El Pantera. I have said that he once wrestled on a WrestleMania. For whatever reason, I was fully convinced that he wrestled Takumi Shinoku at WrestleMania for the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship. And for whatever reason, in my mind, I thought it might have been like some kind of fatal four-way with like maybe like S.A. Rios and somebody else too. It turns out that is just not true. I just made that shit up, I guess. I don't know how I wound up looking up El Pantera matches the other night, but I was on his cage match, and just out of curiosity, I was like, let's just look at his WWF matches. And it turns out he did wrestle Takumi Shinoku for the Light Heavyweight Championship, but it was on a in-your-house pay-per-view. It was not at WrestleMania. I don't think he even wrestled on a WrestleMania. So yeah, I've just been out here spreading misinformation. Yeah, and I'm taking full responsibility for it. I need to apologize. I'm sorry. All right, Jonathan Gresham, you are still a face. Get that ass back in ROH. All right, yeah, but I just felt the need to address that because I feel like every time I see him in CMLL, or maybe not every time, but a lot of the time, I'm like, you know, this guy wrestled at WrestleMania once. Did you know that? Fun fact. And you know, it turns out I'm just lying. So yeah, that's not great, but definitely check out his matches in WWF if you've never seen them. I watched the match with Takumi Shinoku, and they're doing some crazy shit in that match. Like he's kind of just hitting his big spots one after another. New Japan not gonna renew Hiroyoshi Tenzan. I mean, he's 49 years old. Yeah, we probably don't bring him in. All right, but you know, I'm sure Noah would like a 49-year-old. Let's see what happened at WWE tables, ladders, and chairs. It seems that the women's It seems that WWE books a lot of women's main events in this game. You know, and I'm not mad at it, but I just think it's interesting. Like, where's the WWE Championship match on this card? I'm not seeing one. Yeah, was there just no world title match on this show? Only the women's titles? That's interesting. I don't even know who their world champion is, actually. Maybe it's like Brock Lesnar and he's not there. Oh, it's just kind of odd. Lynch. Oh, all right, and we have made it to Monday. We've been going for about an hour and a half now. So I'm gonna take my traditional break. I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna stretch these legs, and when I come back, we're gonna book some Collision. Please don't go anywhere. Like and subscribe. You guys know the drill. I'll see you in 5. All right, we're back. It's Monday. Before we get to Collision, I just thought of something. I want to create the tournament bracket for the international tournament in game. So that means we're gonna need to borrow all the New Japan people that are in it. I believe that's Davey Boy. Yeah, Davey Boy, Ishii, and Will Ospreay. CM Punk has big morale issues? What? I don't know which of the chief forces he doesn't like. He's annoyed at causing. He is annoyed because he injured Jay Briscoe. Come on. All right, we'll deal with this later. Also, Zack Sabre Jr., why are you mad? Dude, I'm about to get rid of all the chief enforcers. I hate that the game doesn't tell you specifically who they don't like. Because, you know, out of Mox, Claudio, and AJ Styles, I don't like, who does Zack Sabre Jr. not like? Same with Punk. It's like, you know. All right, we're going to do this tournament. All right, should I maybe try to get them for like multiple appearances each? Because, you know, I definitely want to do at least more than one match of Will Ospreay and like maybe a couple of Ishii. And Davey Boy Smith is going to wrestle in the tournament twice. So we can't just borrow someone without trading. All right, we're just going to borrow them through the alliance for each match. Whatever. Hopefully the game still lets us create the tournament. Tomohiro Ishii, we're not going to book him on this next show, but yeah, if we want to do the tournament bracket, we're going to need him. Maybe this isn't the best way to go about this. We'll see. An 8-man singles tournament. International. I wrote it wrong. All right, first match. All right, in round 1, we're gonna have Kento Miyahara take on Minoru Suzuki. All right, the next match, we're gonna have New Japan's Davey Boy Smith Jr. take on Shingo Takagi. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Shingo being in the tournament kind of doesn't make that much sense because the Deathriders are like involved in the Latin Mafia stuff, and they're feuding with Eddie Kingston. But I genuinely could not think of a better heel to put in. So Shingo's here. All right, up next we're gonna do Where the angle for this is that we're gonna show the tournament bracket, and this match is gonna be a double wild card match, so people don't know who's in it. So yeah, we're gonna have Will Ospreay show up. The people are gonna start losing their minds because they know who he is. You know, the commentators are hyping up that he was the former ROH World Champion, and then we're gonna have AJ Styles come back. And the crowd's gonna go wild for him because it's AJ Styles. So yeah, that should be a fun match. And then we're gonna round out the field with Walter taking on Tomohiro Ishii, which again, another match where it's just, you know, this sounds like a good match. So yeah. All right, so here's your tournament. Let's take a look at who's in the Prime tournament. Wow, Cody Rhodes was in that tournament? Holy shit. MJF beat Leo Rush. Claudio, yeah, I remember that. Walter beat Wagner, yeah. All right, International Championship Tournament starts tonight on Collision. Oh, all right, Zack Sabre Jr. is not even wrestling, but I don't want him to be upset. Just give him, like, I don't know, 50 grand. Oh, he's annoyed still? What the hell? All right, now how about another 25? Another 25. It's irritated. Jesus. All right, how about another 50? All right, there you go, buddy. Oh, and CM Punk. See, another problem is if I like just remove Mox, Claudio, and AJ from their chief enforcer positions, it's gonna upset them. So it's like you solve one problem, you create a new one. CM Punk also just an asshole. I don't know, man. You want 150 grand? Still angry. All right, whatever. He's annoyed. Fuck you, CM Punk. Oh, I forgot to. Oh well, you know what? Trinity was actually on the show, so we couldn't book that match. We're gonna do. We need to book that Mickie James and Trinity Dark match. Gotta remember to do that. All right, Collision time. All right, it's the middle of December, and it seems like we've been everywhere in this month. So we're gonna go to the Mid-South. All right, we're gonna draw 13-5. That's a lot of people. All right, let's go to Kansas, the Intrust Bank Arena. Can we get a good gimmick idea for Mickie James, please? Oh wait, didn't we get one already? Screw it, we'll try. A big gamble. All right, waste of points. All right, give me an angle idea. Likely. Give me a creative finish. A big gamble. Terrible meeting. You guys are all fired. Mark Briscoe doing a little karaoke backstage. I wonder what song he would sing. Probably like some like Leonard Skinner or something like that, you know? Some kind of old rock song. Maybe he sings Stairway to Heaven. Not a big fan of Led Zeppelin myself, but we're not going to talk about that right now. All right, Davey Boy Smith Jr. Showing up and making waves, doing impressions. You know, I want to hear his Excalibur. I want to hear Davey Boy Smith give me an unbelievable. You've got to give the people what they want. Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. All right. Our training. All right, Collision. We've been talking about the tournament so much. Let's get straight to it. Straight to it. Kento, my boy. The company's biggest success story. Taking on Minoru Suzuki. I didn't mean to say his name like that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it like that. Kento Miyahara obviously is going to get the win. We'll have to be an open match. Can we give him 20? Like, Minoru Suzuki, how's your stam? Ooh. Oh man, alright, we might have to give him 15. Alright, I was trying to think of a way to abbreviate international, and I was going to go with INT, but then I was like, well, I guess for the Intercontinental Championship, everybody says the IC title, so I guess it's fair if we call it the IN title. Doesn't have the same ring to it, but, you know. I'm sure if we keep saying it for several decades, it'll catch on. Oh, and hey, you know what? Can I manage... Shoot, I forgot to make the tournament actually for the championship. But I think that should be fine. I think as long as we book the finals of the tournament to be for the belt, it'll be for the belt. So I think that's fine. All right, anyways, surprise from New Japan. Davey Boy Smith is here, taking on Shingo. All right, he's got tech and he's got brawling, so this will be a wild brawl. Davey Boy Smith is going to come out on top. Once again, open match. I'll give him 13 minutes. You know, because I imagine these are two intense dudes, and these are two big, strong dudes. So I imagine if they're having a wild brawl and they're giving it everything they've got, they're going to run out of gas a little quicker than Kento and Minoru. All right, so we got our tournament matches out of the way. Let's see, what else will we book? Oh yeah, and Jay Briscoe's hurt, so we got to remember that we just pretty much can't book the Briscoe brothers. I mean, he can probably still cut promos. He's only hurt for a month. Oh yeah, we're gonna have MJF beat Orange Cassidy, and then Sting's gonna come out. So let's book that. I didn't come up with a main event for this show, so it's gonna be interesting trying to come up with one out of thin air. You know, MJF, your stats have been steadily coming along. I need them to come along faster. I was gonna make this a tech masterclass, but that seems like a bad idea. So it's gonna have a match. We're gonna have MJF with a tainted win, of course. We're gonna have the security detail at ringside, Jonah Rock and Tom Lawler, as well as the best friends, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta. Oh yeah, so story of the match, MJF cheats to win. All right, post-match. We'll have this be a surprise. Yeah, so the lights go out. MJF, he orders his security detail. He's like, get it, find them, keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, unfortunately, lights come back on and Sting is in the ring behind MJF. And MJF, he's gonna do the slow, he's gonna do the kind of face to the crowd, like, oh shit, he's behind me, isn't he? And he's gonna do the real slow turnaround. He turns around, Sting's there, Sting drops him, puts him in the Scorpion Deathlock. Yeah, so he puts him in the Scorpion Deathlock, and then of course we're gonna have Jonah Rock and Tom Lawler. They're gonna reach into the ring, grab MJF's arms, and they're gonna pull him out of the ring. They're gonna help him escape. He can't get out of it on his own. All right, part 2. Sting is gonna get on the mic. All right, Sting's gonna get on the mic, and he's basically gonna cut a promo responding to Cody, saying like, Cody Rhodes, you walk around here calling yourself the world champion, but you're a coward. I call you out and you hide in the back. You want to talk about me in your little promos, but you won't come out and fight me like a man. And MJF, you're also a coward. You need these guys to back you up in all of your matches. You couldn't even handle Orange Cassidy on your own. Here, we'll have Orange Cassidy and Best Friends be in the background. And you know what? Let's have MJF talk, because maybe MJF can respond and be like, you calling me a coward, old man? I'd kick your ass. I'd kick your teeth, knock your teeth right down your throat. You're the one who jumped me from behind. Which is a fair point. And Sting's gonna be like, how about it? There's 4 of us standing here in the ring. How about next week, you 3 take on us? I was gonna say we could do Sting and the Best Friends, but they're, we're gonna have Cody in this match too. So yeah, MJF and his goons versus maybe like Sting, Orange Cassidy, and Chuck Taylor next week. All right, advancing the plot. All right, Cody Rhodes off screen, of course. And you know what? Maybe we say there's a backstage segment before this where we see Cody and MJF talking. So yeah, backstage segment before this where Cody and MJF are just basically running their mouths about Sting once again. And MJF is like, all right, bro, I would love to keep chopping it up with you, but I gotta go beat some jobber. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, they're definitely not afraid of Sting. Denise Salcido is gonna be like, it looks like you guys were really scared last week when the lights went out, and they're just like, well, what wouldn't be? We thought something was happening. We wouldn't be scared. The lights went out. It wasn't because of Sting. It was some incompetent worker. All right, and Eddie Kingston beat Fergal on Dynamite, so that brings us to this match. All right, this time we're doing yet again another 4v4 where Latin Mafia will team with the Deathriders. So we've got Eddie Kingston on one team, Ray Phoenix, Dr. Wagner de Seto. I always forget what his name is. And Bandito. I want to type El Dr. Wagner Jr., but I'm like, no, I changed it. All right, yeah, and they're gonna take on, let's see, maybe we do like Ortiz, Garza, Pac, and Fergal again, because Shingo is now in that tournament. So, and you know, I imagine Fergal would want to get some revenge on Eddie Kingston after he got beat. And you know what? We're gonna have Ray Phoenix pick up the win here over Garza. And we're gonna have Andrade at ringside, and we're gonna have Jon Moxley at ringside. Maybe the story could be that at some point in the match, Andrade or one of the other Latin Mafia guys is getting involved, and Jon Moxley doesn't like it. You know, he's kind of like, what the fuck is this? What are we doing? What are we doing? Wrestle the match. So he's gonna confront Andrade, like, come on, like, you know, maybe that is gonna provide a bit of distraction, and Ray Phoenix will get the win. So yeah, more dissension between the Latin Mafia and Deathriders. You know, it turns out this friendship was very flimsy, very circumstantial. Now that they're on the losing end of these matches, they're not too happy. And I think that's all. Yeah, these are all the matches I pre-booked. So we definitely want to get a women's match in there, and we should advance some storylines. I probably want to go ahead and just get rid of these guys from this. I feel bad. I'm kind of just phasing out Kenta and Chris Hero, but they're not that good. They're just not that good. They're not terrible, but we've got other people. Let's add Darby to this. What a crazy segue. Let's give CM Punk a really long promo. You know what? Ricky Starks and Will Ospreay needs to be there. I was gonna do the whole group, but they're kind of in like unofficial group, you know. I like to think of Don Callis as, rather than it being a big group, I like to think of him as in kind of like an old school manager, kind of like how back in the day in WWF you'd have Jimmy Hart or like Slick or one of those managers just managing a bunch of dudes at once who had nothing to do with each other. But anyways, CM Punk's gonna come out and he's gonna accept the challenge for the I think I had him accepted already, but he's gonna talk more about the match coming up at New Year's Smash. I keep forgetting the name of that show, god damn it. All right, you know what? This is gonna be a classic angry CM Punk rant. He's just gonna come out and he's gonna be like, "What? Everybody wants to be mad at me backstage because I injured Jay Briscoe. It's a wrestling match. What am I supposed to do? Let him win? You know? Are we supposed to give out participation trophies? What? You're gonna cancel me?" He's just being a real, like, I don't know, a real douchebag. Hey, what if actually, let's see, who do we got? So I was thinking, what if we give the Elite the main event in a trios match, but I have no clue who they would face. We did CMFTR versus SCU as a main event, I think last Collision, that didn't do that great. But I don't know who we could have face the Elite that would even make sense. Like, let's try. See, I was thinking Suzuki-gun, but you know, it would be kind of mean to have Minoru Suzuki lose a one-on-one match and then also have all of his boys lose. I mean, we could if we wanted to. Is there anyone popular in Dev? I mean, we've got the Kingdom. Yeah, we've got Mike Bennett and Matt Taven. They're somewhat popular. Can we not borrow Matt Taven for... Oh my... Dude, this drives me crazy. This drives me crazy. Why is there people in ROH that don't show up on the roster? I don't... Alright, sorry about that. Alright, maybe they take on... I guess they can take on Shane Taylor Promotions, but that's definitely not the main event. That's definitely not a main event. But whatever, man. Where the fuck was Matt Taven? Where the fuck was Vicky? I watched that match recently, the Eddie Guerrero Rey Mysterio Custody of Dominic match. There is a lot of botches in that match, but I still, in my mind, that is still like the peak of wrestling storytelling. Because how can you top a ladder match for the custody of some kid? How can you top that? And then also, by the way, these are like two of the best wrestlers of all time. You know, how can you beat that? But yeah, really, where the fuck was Vicky? She ruined the ending. All right, you know what? It's the Elite. We'll give them 10 minutes. Even though this is kind of a squash. But, you know, maybe it can be a competitive squash. All right, Kenny Omega's going to get the win, and we'll have them cut a promo. Here, we'll let Kenny and Matt talk. Let's go crazy. All right, and they're gonna address the Briscoe brothers situation. You know, everything Jay Briscoe said was true. We haven't known you as long as them, but you're exactly like they say you are, which is whiny and entitled and a bitch and self-aggrandizing. Is that a word? All right, 96 minutes so far. We still need a women's match. Actually, yeah, while I'm thinking about this, let's go ahead and do that Mickey James Trinity match for the pre-show. Yeah, because I don't want to keep forgetting. All right, here it's a pre-show match. We'll be nice and we'll we'll bring somebody in. Here we'll do Steph back here and Lady Shawnee. All right, yeah. If these two have bad chemistry like Davina and Trinity did, I'm gonna be so mad. So please have chemistry. At the very least, have neutral chemistry. All right, let's get a match on the show. Oh, hey, I thought of a match. Why don't we just do Mia Yim and Kagetsu versus the Shining Samurai? I haven't booked these two in a while. Hikaru Shida and Mika Iwata. Oh, I guess they were all in a 4v4. Although Mia Yim was a face then, and this was in May. All right. And have Kagetsu get the win when Mika Iwata is attacked by, let's say, Hazuki. Arena Yamashita, Hazuki, and Konami. Yeah, we need to steal the show and storytelling. I will have this be storytelling. Can these two teams steal the show? Kagetsu's physical health worries me, but we're gonna go for it. Whatever. We're gonna go for it. I don't yeah. We're just gonna see how it goes. Steal the show, ladies. All right, then we're gonna have Mia Yim get on the mic and declare that Odayo Tai is the strongest team in the women's division, and that none of the other teams even compare. And that's gonna bring out AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm if I can get everybody's names in here. Or actually, no, maybe we'll have Davina and Trinity come out. Oh, Konami. Why did that take me so long to remember? In the second part, Davina Rose and Trinity come out. Even though we know it's ultimately not going to end up being, this is not going to end up being the team, but we're going to tease it still. I was thinking, you know, yeah, we're gonna shorten this part to 2 minutes. And we're gonna do a third part, foreshadowing. Where we're gonna have AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm come out. Should we just risk it? One of these likely succeeds. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna take a flip the coin. I don't know why though. It's so hard for me to say too. Right, let's go ahead and borrow Max again. All right, that was a very risky angle we booked. Hopefully it pays off. All right, so we definitely need to put this in some kind of order. So let's get the CM Punk promo first thing. You know what? Why don't we open or have our first match be Davey Boy Smith versus Shingo? Should be a good one. All right, then we go to the Cody MJF stuff. This entire block of the show dedicated to Cody, MJF, and Sting. Okay, why don't we put the Elites promo? Is it in the ring or backstage? It's in the ring. All right, it'll just be after their match. What should come before the main event? It's kind of weird to just have 2 matches back to back like that. You know, we could have Adam Page say that he's sick of Jimmy Jacobs trying to like twist his mind and play these games with him, and just call him out for a one-on-one match, and they could have a normal match before their death match. Because we've kind of just been dragging this feud out on only promos, and it's been difficult. So yeah, I'm gonna give 4 minutes to Adam Page, and he's gonna challenge Jimmy Jacobs to a one-on-one match. All right, I ran out of characters, but if you want to talk, let's talk in the ring. Adam Page promo. Let's have a few more minutes. Oh, next week on Collision, yeah, December 28th, we're doing Eddie Kingston, John Moxley. So we're gonna have John Moxley, I guess, after his team lost the match. He's pissed, so he's gonna cut a promo calling out Eddie Kingston one-on-one. You know, he's gonna say, you know, once again, these Latin Mafia guys, I've been telling Andrade, keep your guys out of this. We don't need extra help. We don't need guys around the ring. We don't need interference. But he wants to keep going around and messing around and costing us matches. So I guess if you want things done, you gotta do them yourself. Eddie Kingston, I beat you before, and next week I'm gonna beat your ass again, and this time you're not gonna get up. I'm gonna break your neck. He's bringing back the catchphrase. All right, yeah. Hopefully this is one of the good John Moxley promos. He kind of fluctuates from being like Cody level, where he's cutting promos in the high 80s consistently, and then sometimes he falls into these weird slumps where he just starts giving you a bunch of 70 promos. I don't know what's with the guy. But anyways, the point is, John Moxley, he's annoyed at Latin Mafia and their refusal to listen to him when he keeps saying that he doesn't want people interfering in his matches. And so now he's coming after Eddie Kingston himself. Oh yeah, we definitely don't have an angle idea. I don't know why I keep checking. Oh, and that's exactly 125 minutes. All right, we did it. All right, who do we forget to book? Walter, damn. All right, well, you know, not everybody can get on every show. Let's do a crazy pre-show match, maybe. All right, why is this on the pre-show? Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, Matt Sydal, and Mike Bailey, two guys who are on the roster. All right, and they can take on the team of Zack Sabre Jr. We're gonna do Zack Sabre Jr. Fuck it, Lance Archer Bobby Roode, and who's the other guy? James Storm. I was gonna try to get some different guys on the team. You know what? Yeah, actually, now that I see Psycho Clown's name on the screen, we're gonna. James Storm's the bad one, right? All right, so we're gonna swap out James Storm for Psycho Clown, and that's it. That's the only change. We're just gonna swap out James Storm for Psycho Clown. All right, 10-minute pre-show match. Wow, if you made it to the show early, congratulations. Bryan Danielson is going to beat Lance Archer. All right, I think that's good. We're gonna run this show. I don't. Kento Miyahara and Minoru Suzuki feels like a risky main event, but I'm putting full confidence in Kento Miyahara. He's been really delivering in all of his matches lately, so I'm hoping he can carry Minoru Suzuki to like at least an 80. At least. I think we'll be good if he can do that. I have no clue if we're gonna get the wide range of angles bonus. Let's find out. My guess is gonna be 85. 85. All right, pre-show match. Pre-show madness. Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, Mike Bailey, and Matt Sydal get a win over the Suzuki-gun members, Zack Sabre Jr., Lance Archer, and Bobby Roode, and cameo appearance by Psycho Clown. All right, 78. Oh, and the other pre-show bout that I completely forgot about. Mickie James and Trinity apparent. Oh, I forgot to give Mickie James the gimmick idea. God. All right, well, at least they don't have bad chemistry. Forgot to give her the angle idea. Shit. Gimmick idea. All right, we open Collision with a CM Punk promo. He rants and raves for 6 minutes and it got an 89. The crowd liked it. Ooh, Davey Boy Smith and Shingo Takagi only get a 67. Shingo Takagi strained his wrist. That's very unfortunate. It seems like it hurt the result of the match. So I'm displeased by that. It seems like the match would have been okay, though. It seems like it only lost like a couple points. All right, but Davey Boy Smith moving on to the semifinals of the tournament, representing New Japan, shaking things up. All right, backstage with Cody Rhodes and MJF. Only a 75. Again, I forgot to make this 4 minutes. All right, but yeah, the segment leads into MJF versus Orange Cassidy. 69. All right. All right, well, it was a storytelling match, so, what can you do? All right, but thank you, MJF. Thank you, Orange Cassidy. 69 match. Let's get to the angle. Hey, a 78. All right, nobody cares about that wrestling stuff. We just want to see Sting talk. All right, and that's what the people got. Got a 78. Oh, we had Teo Tai and the Shining Samurai steal the show and get a 74. It must have been a real hard-hitting match because Kagetsu sustained a blown eardrum. That does not sound like any fun. But this match went really well. I need to book the Shining Samurai more often. Yes, I heard about her ear. Oh, and the likely to succeed angle idea was a success. Hallelujah. The segment got a 73. Things are brewing in the women's tag title division. seems like there's two different teams with their eyes on the belt. All right, trios action. We got the Elite, Kenny Omega, Nick and Matt Jackson taking on Shane Taylor Promotions. Shane Taylor, Calvin Tankman, and Danny Limelight, and it gets a 67. All right, the Elite definitely carried here, but you know what? The Shane Taylor Promotion guys also were pretty solid, so you got to give them that. You know, they definitely played their part. Thank you guys. All right, back to ROH for you. The hell off Collision. The promo not as good. 67. Right, we're gonna move on. Eight-man action. Eddie Kingston once again teaming with the Luchadors, Rey Fenix, Wagner, Trasero, and Bandito, going against the team of Latin Mafia, Ortiz and Garza Jr., and the Deathriders, Pac and Fergal. And once again, the Eddie Kingston's team gets a win when Rey Fenix submitted Garza. Interesting. Eddie Kingston, the worst one in the match. Keep it quiet. Don't tell anybody. All right, but yeah, this match kind of served to farther the rift between the Deathriders and Latin Mafia. Kind of stepping on each other's toes, so to speak. I was gonna say getting in each other's way, but I like stepping on each other's toe a bit better. We got a fiery Adam Page backstage cutting a promo on Jimmy Jacobs. He's tired of the mind games. He's tired of the riddles and the speeches. You know, you want to keep interrupting my promos. You want to keep trying to recruit me for your team. How about you meet me in the ring? How about it? Only a 71. Adam Page not at his hottest right now. John Moxley, please, man. I need you to lock in. I need John Moxley to stop fucking around and cut a real promo. A 78. All right, pretty good. Not his best, but pretty good. Pretty good. He kind of locked in. He didn't lock in as much as I would have liked. Good. And I'm only saying this because I know he could do better. If Kenny Omega cut a 78 promo, I'd be like, wahoo! But with John Moxley, anything less than like an 85, I'm like, what's going on, Mox? What's going on? All right, main event time. Kento Miyahara, a lot is riding on you, man. You've got eyes from Japan watching. Please don't bomb. 82. All right, they didn't bomb. Kento Miyahara advancing to the semifinals of the tournament, defeating Minoru Suzuki in a great match. Kento Miyahara had a 92. Yeah, I was right to be confident in him. All right, the show got a 83. We used Kagetsu too much. Damn. That's unfortunate, but you know what? We did what needed to be done. We did what we had to do. We got the wide angles bonus. Thank God. 83 is not bad. Not a bad score at all. All right. Both of these injuries pretty minor. All right. Only going up in a couple of places, but that's okay. All right, so yeah, that was another solid show. We advanced the plot some more. Our favorite thing. Tessa Blanchard quit. No, I could have jobbed her more. Fuck. I should have jobbed her in the pre-show. Damn it. Why did I use Lady Shani? Oh, I decided to spare Tessa Blanchard and Katarina, and Tessa quits. Oh, I hate you. All right, get back on the blacklist. Oh, you are on the blacklist. All right, get the hell out of my face then. All right, speaking of Kagetsu, are they over yet? Are you recognizable? Hey, they're recognizable. Congrats. Are Hikaru, all right, Hikaru Shida, Mika Iwata, are they still recognizable? Thank you. All right, cool. All right, we got a woman over. Everybody clap it up. Round of applause. Round of applause for woman. My girlfriend no sold that. Oh, okay. Round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. All right, David Boy Smith. We're gonna have to borrow him again. Tessa Blanchard. Fuck you. 2 million people watched Collision. Sounds about right. Brian Danielson thinks we should let Trinity cut promos. We will when she gets over. And yeah, Kagetsu and Shingo injured. Okay. Speaking of Trinity. Oh, she's recognizable. We got 2 women over. Hey. All right. Bigger round of applause. Celebration even. Confetti. We did it. We got her over. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Release request from CM Punk. What? Dude. What do we do? What do we do here? This guy, we didn't even book him like to put anybody over. We kept him strong. He beat Jay Briscoe. He's mad because people are upset at him for injuring Jay Briscoe. It's like, what are you? Come on. If I reject this, will he like quit anyways or something? Like Silver King did in the CMLL series? I'm definitely not gonna let him go. I'm definitely gonna reject this. All right, and Shingo is sticking around. Thank you, Shingo. I like Shingo a lot better than CM Punk. All right, what's going on? Now he's mad we didn't release him. Why is he always annoyed at the chief enforcers? This guy. Look, we just need him to stick around till Revolution, which is way in February, because he's not gonna quit without putting over Kenny Omega. I know one, that's for sure. He is not going to leave this company without putting over Kenny Omega. We're gonna give him some money so he could shut the fuck up. But yeah, you're going nowhere, buddy. Buddy, I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Man, we have to give him so much money too. It's so annoying. All right, Katarina Walters. We can probably still job her out a few more times. Maybe we can get her to quit too. So yeah, well, whatever. She can be angry. Hey Trish, you want an gimmick idea? Just for you. Especially made just for you. We're gonna call her gimmick a legendary bitch. We're getting real creative. Yeah, she's gonna come in and be mean. Nobody likes the chief enforcers, huh? All right, well, Andrade's wrestling Phoenix on this upcoming show, so I definitely don't want him upset. So how's 100 grand? All right, thank you. Cash Wheeler, just shut the hell up. Let's take a look at what's coming up on Dynamite. All right, quarterfinals 3 and 4. What are those matches? All right, I got Walter versus Tomohiro Ishii. All right, we've got AJ Styles taking on the debuting Will Ospreay. Guess we'll do this match. Andrade versus Rey Fenix. Maybe we give John Moxley or the Deathriders a win. Something with the woman. Also, I'm sorry, when is our New Year's Smash? January 4th, January 6th? We need to remember. Maybe on Collision. Here, I'll write it down. All right, so we probably do some kind of backstage attack angle where we say she's hurt and she can't wrestle in the tag match at New Year's Smash. But then we'll reveal Mickie James. All right, cool. All right, I really am disappointed we didn't get to job out Tessa Blanchard more. That stinks. We should have jobbed her out in the pre-show. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just done it. I should have just done it. It was our last chance. Man, it is 90 degrees outside. They ain't lying. Oh, we need to look at these deals for Dark. All right. Me, I don't really feel like doing that right now, but I guess. Let's see. Can we find a bigger deal? Here, we'll do any style. Japan. What if we try to get Dark on Fuji TV? Oh, they don't want to offer me that time slot. Ooh. All right, we'll do late evening. It is dark. All right, and we'll take 25. Yeah. All right. Nice doing business with ya. Okay. Or what other deal was ending? The Extreme Sports Channel. There's a lot of channels with very little coverage in Europe. There's a version of there's Sci-Fi Europe. Maybe we do that. Is it? Let's see. I mean, it doesn't have as much coverage though. All right, we're just gonna stick with the Extreme Sports Channel. Okay, and what was the other one? I think it was this. This one's medium. We're just gonna extend it to. All right, there. Now that our broadcasting deals are in place, it's time for Dynamite. And I believe we were just in. We're just in the Mid-South. Should we like just stay in the Mid-South? Should that be our strategy? We stay in one region for a Collision and Dynamite. Or we were in Kansas. Maybe we go. All right, maybe we go to Oklahoma. All right, give me a creative finish for Andrade versus Bandito, please. Likely, all right. Bit of a gamble. We don't want that. We'll try one more. Big gamble. The booking team not looking hot lately, despite Maria being on it. That was a misogynistic joke. All right, angle idea. AJ Mendez and Eddie Kingston had a blazing argument. Damn. I wonder what that was about. Excalibur organized a poker tournament. Fun. All right, Dynamite. Maybe this will be the main event, actually. But yeah, Andrade versus Rey Fenix. We need to change his name to Andrade El Idolo. All right, then I'm gonna have them steal the show. And Andrade is going to get the win, but not without a little help. Because Rey Fenix is going to be attacked by the returning Penta. And Penta will officially be heel. Oh, wait, why don't we just do Oh, we can't. All right, we'll do both. Whatever. Oh, yeah, so Pentagon is going to return, and we officially are going to see Dark Penta. Is there like a evil Penta picture? The same pictures again. They just say Junior instead of L0M. I think we'll go with this one. Even though it looks like he's got the Perros del Mal design on his mask, we'll go with that one. Well, hold on. Oh, whatever. He's just Penta. His gimmick's gonna be Dark Penta, though. We know. All right, potentially the main events. Oh, we've also got some other good matches. All right, Walter versus Tomohiro Ishii. Wild brawl. Walter obviously gonna get the win. All right, Walter advancing in the tournament. I really hope this is a good match. It should be. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I wonder if anybody is has the Agent of Chaos trait, but there's too many road agents. I'm not gonna check. All right, and the double Dark Horse match. A returning AJ Styles takes on the debuting Will Ospreay. You know what? Maybe these guys should steal the show. I think I'm gonna have these guys steal the show instead. AJ Styles is gonna win. Flash pinfall. Now we're gonna make this a regular match and give it some more time. All right, the Bryan Danielson Darby Allin tag. All right, we're just flying through these matches right now. All right, Bryan Danielson, who came to the aid of Darby Allin, will be teaming with him now to take on Ricky Starks. And you know, the match would be better with Swerve in it. We're gonna put Swerve in it. Whatever. I was gonna do Will Hobbs, but yeah, it'll be better with Swerve. It'll be better with Swerve. All right, and unfortunately, that means Ricky Starks, you have to take the loss here. Here, we'll let Will Hobbs be at ringside. Cool. All right, that's it for all the stuff I came up with beforehand. But yeah, that's more than an hour on the show. So we need a women's match, and we definitely need promos. I'm trying to think of what women's match we should do. We finally got Kagetsu over, although their eardrum is still blown. I'm like struggling to figure out how we get to this three-way tag match. You know, because why would AJ Mendez and why would they agree to that? It would have to be some kind of thing where like Tony Khan makes the match. Oh, we can't do Davina and Trinity in a tag match. Damn. All right, here. How about this? Whoops. We're gonna do Mia Yim again, teaming with Rina Yamashita and Konami this time, and they're gonna take on La Catalina, Lady Flamer, and Lady Maravilla. Mia Yim's gonna get the tainted win here. All right, I mean, there's a few different things we could do. Like, we could have Odeyo Tai cut a promo just saying they want a tag title shot. Maybe you know what? Maybe we have AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm come out after the match and cut a promo on them. Let's do that. So we're gonna call that a tease. You know what's funny? This is very similar to to the John Moxley to the Deathriders Latin Mafia angle, where we're gonna have AJ Mendez basically come out and she's in like the John Moxley position where she's like, "You guys interfered last week and cost us the match, and you embarrassed us, and we're gonna make you pay." And here, I don't know. We're just gonna put Davina and Trinity off screen. Yeah, maybe Mia Yim would be like, "Yeah, you're gonna make us pay. Why don't you come down here and make us pay right now?" But of course, AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm, they're not stupid, and they're not gonna. They know they're outnumbered, so they're just gonna kind of leave. Also, I just kind of thought about this. We have not been doing anything to kind of push the fact that Hannah Kimura versus Awesome Kong is coming up. It's like it's a done deal. We had Hannah Kimura win the number one contenders match. I really don't know what else to do until then. We could give Awesome Kong like squash matches, but I feel like we've done that so often before. And every time we give Hannah Kimura promos, they don't do well. So yeah, well, we need to figure that out. Oh right, we're gonna do a promo where we're gonna set up a street fight between Darby Allin and Swerve. Alright, so Bryan Danielson's Darby Allin win the match. Bryan Danielson submits Ricky Starks to get on the mic, and he's gonna be like, "You see, Swerve, you see, we yet again you're given another opportunity, and you can't pull it off. You don't got the stuff." And he's gonna say, "You know, if there's anybody I think in this ring that deserves a title shot, I think it's you, Darby Allin. You've shown that you've got what it takes, that you've got the heart, the perseverance." And then Swerve and Dawn are gonna be freaking out outside the ring, and they're gonna be like, "You coward! You won't face me." And I don't know if this is a good idea, but you know what? Screw it. We're gonna let Darby speak. Maybe Darby can be the one to be like, Bryan Danielson's right. Swerve, last week I had you beat, and if it wasn't for Will Hobbs, I would have won that match. So how about next week we do it, and we do it my way, no rules. Street fight. Everyone has the same promo voice in my universe. All right, there. All right, character development. 3 minutes alone with Eddie Kingston backstage. No interviewer. Just Eddie Kingston responding to Jon Moxley's promo. All right, let's give Ray Phoenix like a 2-minute promo. Actually, scratch that. We're gonna give Latin Mafia a promo, and it's gonna be a tease because Andrade is going to tease Penta. All right, it's been a while since we put all of them in a promo, so let's do that. And you know what? We're also gonna have him make like a quick just a quick mention about John Moxley and the Deathriders, where I don't know what he would say, but just take a quick mention of them, just to kind of further that. Oh yeah, real mean, spooky promo, real ominous. Let's see. Let's give Jimmy Jacobs a promo. 3 minutes backstage. All right, Jimmy Jacobs in his very long-winded, meandering, verbose way will accept Adam Page's challenge. All right, he's gonna teach him a lesson the hard way. He's like, I've tried to be a mentor to you. I've tried to provide you with the support that you're missing, but you just don't get it, Eggman. I was trying to organize this stuff. We have 17 minutes left. We need to get Cody on the show. We need to get CM Punk on the show. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I thought I had an important phone call. It turns out it was a wrong number. Yeah, I thought it would be more important. Or maybe we open with this. Potentially a promo before it. Andrade can tease the main event. Oh wait, no, we need to do this Bryan Danielson angle. Here, we're gonna do a 2-minute respect angle between AJ and Will Ospreay. We're gonna have them shake hands. Let's see what happened last time with CM Punk. All right, he buried the Elite and the Briscoes. They responded to him later in the show. I really don't know what to have CM Punk do, but it feels like we can't just leave him off the show. So we're gonna give him a promo. We're gonna have it start the show, so we're gonna have Swerve, Ricky Starks, and Don Callis be back in the background, since CM Punk is managed by Don Callis. Or actually, no, let's just have Don Callis be there, and the other two can come out after. And let's have FTR be there, and we're just gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna put them off screen. This is just our once every show CM Punk promo. Take as needed. Prescribed by the doctor. All right, 9 more minutes. Let me see something. Oh, we're gonna have Sting cut a promo with Orange Cassidy, of course. It smells like it's about to rain outside. Here, we'll have this be a surprise. Surprise, Sting's here. Yeah, Sting can cut like one of those old timer promos where he's like, "These are the kind of guys that I'm here for. This is the reason why I continue to get on these flights and make all these towns and wrestle matches. It's because of guys like Orange Cassidy, guys like Chuck Taylor, guys like Trent Beretta. These are the guys pushing the business forward." And they're just kind of behind them looking at each other, shrugging like, "All right, yeah. All right, yes." And Cody, you want to align yourself with people like MJF, people like you, people with huge egos that will take any shortcut they can. Oh yeah, and I guess in the promo he could challenge them to the. Well, I don't know if I had him challenge them to a tag match already, but he can challenge him again. Who cares? We'll have this be up here. Or no, here, we'll do this actually. And we're gonna sneak a Cody promo in before the main event because why not? We got Cody, we got MJF. The security detail. And it basically MJF in this promo is just trying to reassure Cody that Sting is not a threat to them. He's like, you know, he had to attack me from behind last week just to get the upper hand on me. But we all know how this tag match is gonna go. I'm gonna hit that old man and he's gonna crumble. He's gonna fall down and break his hip like the geriatric old fuck that he is. I'm gonna embarrass him before you. You don't even have to worry about it, Cody. All right, we only have 1 more minute left. Is there anybody like important on the show? Oh, we don't have a storytelling match. Adam Page and Jon Moxley both not on the show. All right, you know, the match is going to suffer for this, but we'll make it a storytelling. It's fine. It's the opening match. And here, we'll give them 2 more minutes. Oh, these are local workers. Let's see. Anybody on a job to Jon Moxley? Oh, there's Mance Warner. And he's got no stats. My God. Disrespectful. All right, we're just going to bring in somebody from ROH. Trying to remember who's a baby face. I was gonna do Colt Cabana, but I feel like we've already done the Deathrider. Have we? Have we done Deathriders versus Cabana? And no, we haven't. We have jobbed them out a bunch though. It's pretty funny. All right, yeah, Colt Cabana. Well, CM Punk's gonna be pissed. We're gonna have Jon Moxley submission finish. We've got 1 minute left. Let's use it on. Here, we'll add a minute to this promo. It's got Cody in it, so hopefully it does well. All right, there we go. 125 minutes. I'm not even gonna bother doing a dark match this time. We're just gonna run the show. I'm hoping this main event does really well. Walter versus Ishii is like I feel like that's a guaranteed good match. AJ versus Will Ospreay can go either way. I feel like Will Ospreay is very banged up, as we know, and AJ Styles in this mod at this time, he seemingly can't do better than like a 70. But I'm hoping they have good chemistry or something. I'm gonna guess the show gets an 80. We got an 83 last time. I'm gonna guess we get an 83 again. Let's see. All right, we start off strong. CM Punk. I tried to quit, and that tyrant Tony Khan is keeping me here against my will. All right, fuck you, CM Punk. Oh wow, great first match too. Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, Ricky Starks, and Swerve. Getting 82, and they told a story. Would you look at that? They told a story. What a concept! It's not all about the moves. It's about the meaning. All right, after the match, we got Darby Allin challenging Swerve Strickland to a street fight. And Bryan Danielson ups the ante and says, let's have it be for the #1 contendership. I got a 75. I'm actually surprised. We let Darby Allin talk in this and he got a 75. So that means he must be pretty decent. Even though he didn't do well without a script. He didn't bring down the promo too much. This Latin Mafia promo teasing Penta's heel turn gets a 58, or it says it's not. It doesn't say it's teasing the heel turn. That's interesting. Can I see something? Okay, we've only been building it up for 10 segments. We should be fine. All right, Hideo Tai picks up a win over the ROH talent, La Catalina, Lady Flamer, and Lady Maravilla. It gets a 67. Decent match. La Catalina still has a long way to go. And Konami's gimmick is getting stale. Let's do something about that. All right, post match, we have AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm surprisingly come out, and seems that they have issues with Hideo Tai now. Yeah, they didn't like the way things went down last week. They're like, how dare you attack us and cost our team the match? What, you some kind of idiot? All right, Jimmy Jacobs solo promo on Adam Page gets a 74. All right, not much to say about this. We're just kind of dragging this feud out for the sake of a death match. Hey, oh, they had great chemistry. Yes, hell yeah. All right, AJ Styles, Will Ospreay, double wild card match. The crowd had no clue this was happening. 83. Could you imagine you go to an AEW show and there's a match with two wild cards? You don't know who's in it. It's fucking AJ Styles and Will Ospreay. Man. All right, and the respect angle went over well. I'm glad this doesn't even have a storyline attached to it. Just two good wrestlers. The Sting promo did not do that great. The Sting not have good promo skills or something? I don't Interesting. I'm just gonna move on. Hulk Cabana outperformed John Moxley. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. New leader of the Deathrider is confirmed. No, John Moxley squashes Colt Cabana in 6 minutes. They got a 70. That's crazy. Wrestling rating 85, crowd 70, segment 70. That's insane. All right, right after the match, we have a backstage Eddie Kingston promo where he basically declares that he's gonna beat John Moxley, that he knows he can do it, and he's gonna prove it to himself, and he's gonna prove it to John Moxley. All right, 75. All right, another tournament match. We have Walter going over Tomohiro Ishii, New Japan's Tomohiro Ishii. Advancing in the tournament, and the match gets an 82. Again, pretty good match. Ishii, I thought he'd do a bit better in this, but still, Walter, very good. Carried him all the way up to an 82. Thank you, Walter. He looked excellent out there. Excellent. You're damn right. All right, the world champion, Cody Rhodes, backstage with MJF, gets an 83. MJF trying to reassure Cody that Sting is not a problem. And our main event only an 82. A little disappointing. I mean, slightly disappointing considering the two wrestlers that are in it. But, still a good match. All right, Dark Penta's here. Turn heel. All right, the Dark Penta gimmick receives a rating of great. Oh, gives a large penalty to microphone skills? Damn. All right, well, he's going to be doing a lot of work in the crowd then. Hey, an 86. All right, Ricky Starks was used too much. Damn. He was only in one match. I mean, I guess the match was 15 minutes and then with the promo. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. All right, well, good show. Good show. I made $2 million. We gained a bunch of popularity. All right, so this has been a productive episode for us. We are barreling ahead. It's almost the end of the year, actually. We're 2 days away from Christmas, which means we're coming up on the end of the year. So yeah, next episode maybe. Let me see. I don't want to speak too soon. Oh well, all right. It started raining outside. Oh wow. All right, yeah. In the next episode, the first thing we got to do is we got to book 2 episodes of Dark. We've got our final Collision and Dynamite of the year, and then maybe New Year's Smash is probably going to be the episode after that. Just considering that this is 4 shows we have to book here. Right. Konami ruling schedule. All right. Did we beat NXT? Yes, we did. Although again, they keep getting scammed. They're putting on these classic main events, these all-time great matches, and the rating not reflecting that. Don't know what's going on there. All right. All right. I guess we can advance to like Sunday, and then we'll call it. But yeah, we got a lot done. We advanced all the feuds. We started the international title tournament, which will also continue in the next episode, and then conclude at New Year's Smash. I mean, yeah. Then once we make it past New Year's Smash, there's like a big gap. Oh, the the Christmas theme, nice. But yeah, there's gonna be a big gap between New Year's Smash and the next pay-per-view, which is Revolution, I believe. Is it Revolution? Yeah, Revolution. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what the hell to do in the meantime, but I'm not worried about that. Oh no! 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 Why? Why do I keep doing this? All right, we're just gonna save. And I am not about to book 2 episodes of Dark. I'm sorry. So I guess that means this is the end of the episode. If you enjoyed this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment letting me know what the hell I should do after New Year's Smash. Oh yeah, and that's it. Take it easy, everybody. Don't be stupid like me and accidentally advance into a show that you're not ready to book. All right, I'll see you next time.